Hello students, in this session I am going to explain you about what is pattern matching. This is one of the topic from your chapter 3. Okay, now starting with the topic which is pattern matching. The pattern matching is like we'll have two strings which is we'll consider it as first string as text and second string as pattern. Okay, the program is all about we'll have some text in an array called as text and we'll have some characters in pattern. I need to search this pattern in the given text which is an array. So we'll have two strings or two array variables. One will be text and other one will be pattern, where the content of pattern will be searched in text. Whether this pattern is available in the given text or not, that is we are going to search with the help of a program, so which is like pattern matching. Before going for the program, I'll just explain the method here. In the next method or in the next video or continuation video, I'll be uploading the let us say program. Okay, so let's start with the topic. In this topic, we'll have a text. So I'll consider the text will have the data like program. Okay, so this is a string called as text, where I'll have the data like program. So I'll consider the index values as 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I'm not starting with 0, we'll be starting with 1. So we'll be considering the position values later. Now next coming for what is the length of the string. In this example, this string contains, I can consider length of the text. Okay, so I'll consider length of the text. Length of the text is total have 7 characters. I'll represent the length of the text as 7. Next, I need to find a pattern. What is the pattern I am going to find? Suppose I want to find a pattern like OR or OGR. So I need to find this pattern in this program. So I need to find whether these 3 characters is available in the given text or not. So that is I am going to find. So that is our program will be finding pattern. So we are going to find this pattern in this given text. So I'll give the numbers again. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So again the length of pattern will be 3 characters. I am going to write it as 3. Okay, now so we'll see how this is done. So for this, first what we are going to do is we are going to consider two like say index values which will be pointed by I as well as j. So I will be used to point to text and j will be used to point to pattern. So in the sense we know index values like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, these index values will be accessed by I. Similarly, index values of pattern will be accessed by j. Now we'll start how this is done. So before going for that, we need to find a variable called as maximum or a value called as maximum. What is this value called as maximum is? So maximum number of how many comparisons I can do with pattern on the text. Okay, in the sense how many characters we have? 3 characters. In the sense if the character O is found at first position, then there is a possibility of finding second character as well as third character. Similarly, if the character O is found at first second position, then also I can find 3 characters. See, consider I have something like O here. So I have first character as PRO in, so 1, 2, 3, first 3 characters of text. And what is the pattern I have? I have O, G, R. So this is the thing I need to find in the text. Now if I find the first character, it is not same. So we'll skip this. So we'll skip the first character. Then we'll go to the second character. Second character is what? Second character is R. So I'll compare this with R. So now again this is not same. So then this character will be compared with third character which is O. Now this is same. Now I can compare with G and I can compare with R. So what is the use of maximum is, maximum is going to find this character or this set of pattern can be found in the text to the maximum number of comparisons. What maximum number of comparisons I can do, that will be calculated by maximum. In the sense, say if I have ORG, this ORG can be found in first 3 characters, second 3 characters, and then 3 to 5, and then 4 to 6, and I can also find from 5 to 7. I can also, that is the last position where I can find 5 to 7. Even after that, if I try to compare, that is of waste, because if I find O at 6th position, I may find G, but I will not find R, because that is the end of the string there. So maximum number of comparisons I can do is what? Till 5. So if I find O at 5, then there is a possibility of finding G, and there is also a possibility of finding R. So we need to find maximum. So maximum will be representing what is the maximum number of comparisons we can do. So that will be calculated by, or you can write maximum will be equal to the length of the text, which is 7, minus the length of the pattern, which is 3. So which will be like 4 plus 1. So plus 1, which will be 5. So the maximum position or maximum number of comparisons I can do is 5. So it is until the index I reaches 5, I can do the comparison. Okay. So now we'll start with the tracing. Yeah, now we'll start with the tracing. So for tracing, I'll just clean this stuff. So we have program and ORG. So I have the content or text like program. So I have program, which is our text. So and this text will have indexes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. I'm not going to consider null character. Okay, I have pattern. So pattern, we have 3 characters, which is O, G and R. So which will be having one index like 1, 2, 3. So this index will be pointed by I, and this index will be pointed by J. Okay. Now initially both will be what? Both will be equal to 1. I'm going to initialize both I equals to 1 and J equals to 1. Okay. Now after this, next we need to consider length. What is the length? So length of text will be 7 and length of pattern is 3. And what is max? Max will be equal to 5. So this data we know. Based on this, we will start tracing one by one. How to trace one by one? How to find the pattern is, first I will start I equals to 1 and we will also initialize J equals to 1. And we are going to check whether I is less than or equal to 5 or not. Okay, so we are going to find whether I is less than or equal to 5. We can write 5, or we know what is the value of 5, which is nothing but maximum. So I am going to check whether 1 is less than or equal to 5, which is true. If this is true, the first character, that is pattern of first character, what is the pattern of first pattern of J will be O. So I can write pattern of J will be compared with text of I. Okay, pattern of J will be compared with text of I. So when I compare, so we have O in pattern and we have P in text, which is not same. If that is not same, then we are going to increment only I value. J value will remain as it is. It will remain 1 itself. We are going to increment I value. So when I increment I value, I will change to 2. Again we are going to check 2 less than or equal to 5, which is true again. In that case, again we will find whether pattern of j, so j will remain 1 itself. So pattern of j is equal to text of I. So which is pattern of j is 0, text of I, text of 2 what we have is r. So this is also not same. Then again we'll increment I value. If I increment I value, I will become 3 and we'll continue the same logic. If I continue the same logic, that is pattern of I will be, pattern of 1 will be, we have 0 or O, and text of 3 what we have O. And in this condition this is true, both are matching. When both are matching, we are going to increment both I value as well as j value. If I increment I value as well as j value, I will be 4 and j will become 2. Now if I repeat the same step again, we are going to write pattern of j equals to same text of I. Again I am going to compare. In this case, pattern of j we have g and text of 4 we have again g. So again we are going to increment, since both are same, we are going to increment both the values. So I'll get 5 here and I'll get 3 here. And again if we repeat the same steps again, I'll get in the place of a of 5 we have, text of 5 we have r, and pattern of 3 we have r. So both are same. So since we found all the elements, then we can say pattern is found. Okay, or whatever pattern we are searching, that is present in the given text. So this is done with the help of an algorithm as well as program. So this is just the explanation about the program or this concept called as pattern matching. In the next video, I am going to upload the program section. In this session, I am going to explain the function of pattern matching. So previously we have discussed how the pattern matching will be working with the tracing, and next we are going to consider the sub-function of pattern matching. So in this program we will have two functions. One is your main function and your sub-function. The sub-function name is search. So main function will contain only how to read the data. So that is, I need to take the input of text as well as I need to take the input of pattern. So after taking the input of text and pattern, so you are going to call this sub-function called as search. So I am going to explain only the sub-function which is search, which will include the actual logic of your pattern matching. So here, as we discussed in the last session, we'll have three things. One is length of the text, which is 7 characters, length of the pattern, which is 3 characters, and maximum, which is 5. Now coming back to the function, in this function we have first, you can see first we have written integer that represents this function should return some integer value. So that is represented by integer. Function name is search, and we have two pointer variables. One is text, other one is pattern. So we'll have two pointer variables. One is called as text and one more variable which is called as pattern. So the text will be pointing to the text array. So that is, it will be having the address of first index, and pattern will be having the address of first index of pattern, which is 2000. So I have mentioned 1000, 1001, 1002, 1003. It will continue till 1006. And pattern, it will start from 2000, 2001 and 2002. Okay. So this address, the index, first index address will be stored into pattern, and text first address or first index value will be stored into text pointer. So this pointer variable will be storing the address of that array variables. So this we have, you might have already discussed in the previous chapter or previous semester. We have discussed like strings chapter, or in the pointers chapter you might have discussed these things. That is how to store arrays onto the pointers. Okay. Now coming back to the function, in this function I have declared these variables like I, j, maximum as well as found. Okay. So these variables that is used to access the index values. And after that, next we will be using maximum. So we know how to find the maximum. Maximum will be the length of the text, which is 7, minus the length of the pattern, which is 3, plus 1. So we'll get the value as 5. If you want, you can, if you want to increase the value, you can also increase the value there. Okay. After that, now we have two for loops, for I and for j. Two loops here, for I loop 1 and j loop 1. First we'll enter into the I loop. In I loop, what happens is, First we are going to initialize I equal to 0. This I loop will be pointing to text and j loop will be pointing to pattern. Okay, so if you are clear with that, next we'll continue. Next we have if I is, so for I equals to 0, I less than or equal to max, it is only less than. For I less than max, we are going to consider 0 less than max. So this is true. If that is true, we are going to enter into the first loop, which is I loop. Once I enter into the I loop, we have first statement called as found equals to 1. That is, I am going to initialize found value to 1. After initializing found value to 1, we will enter into next inner for loop. Inner for loop, what we have? First we are going to initialize j equals to 0. After initializing j equals to 0, next we are going to check whether j is less than length of pattern. So j is 0, which is less than, what is the length of pattern, which is 3. Okay. After this we have an AND function. So we'll write AND function and it is found. Found is found value is 1. Now this is true and this is also true. And will be true only when both the values are true. Since both are true, this will be true. So once that is true, we'll enter into inner for loop, these statements, this block. So here we are going to check if hashtag of text, that is hashtag of text is whenever we write hashtag followed by a pointer variable, it is nothing but it is going to access the content of the address. So what is the content of 1000? What is the value that you have in 1000? Which is P. So hashtag of text will be pointing to what? It will be pointing to P. So that is, we have text has text plus, that is 1000 plus I value is 0 and j value is also 0. That is nothing but we are going to have only 1000 here. So the content of 1000 is not equal to content of pattern is what? 2000. 2000 plus j value is what? 0. 2000 plus 0 will be 2000 itself. The content of 2000. So content of 1000 is what? P. And content of 2000 is what? Content of 2000 is R. So P is not equal to R. That is true. If that is true, then what we are going to do is we are going to execute this statement, which is found will be changed to 0. Okay. Once found is changed to 0, this loop will try to execute again. So after ending here, this loop will try to execute again. If it tries to execute again, j will be incremented to what? 1. And again we are going to check whether 1 is less than 3, that is true. And we are going to check found value. What is the found value? We have changed to 0. Now this value is false. So if any one value is false, then the for loop will be ending there. So since the for loop will be ending there, so we are going to stop that loop there. So we are going to come out of this for loop. After coming out of this for loop, then we are going to execute this statement, this outer for loop once again. In outer for loop, what we are going to do is, in the outer for loop, again I value will be incremented. If I value will be incremented, I will become 1. Once I changes to 1, again we are going to write 1 less than 5, which is true, and found will be again initially it will be 1. After found as made as 1, we are going to start j value with again 0 and again 0 less than 3, that is true, and found is what? 1, that is also true. If both are true, then we are going to execute this if statement. In this if statement, what we are going to check? The content of text. The content of text. Now what happens is, we had content of text which was 1000 plus I value is what? 1 plus j value is what? 0. That is nothing but we are going to access 1001 now. Previously we were accessing 1000, now we will be accessing 1001, which is R. Whether R is not equal to, so we are going to access pattern. Pattern is 2000. 2000 plus 0 is 2000 itself. So again I am going to access R. So R not equal to R, which is false. If this is false, then this found statement will not be executed. If that is not executed, this loop will be executed again. This inner loop will be executed second time. If inner loop is executed for the second time, in that case, j will become 1, 1 less than 3, that is true, and found will remain 1 itself. So again, we are going to execute this statement for the second time, where we'll have the value like content of text is 1000 plus I value is 1 plus j value is 1. So that is 1002. What we have in 1002 is O. Similarly, pattern of 2000, we have content of pattern which is 2000 plus j value is 1. So then we are going to access 2001, which is O. So O not equal to O, that is also false because it is equal. Okay. Then again we are not going to execute this found value, and again this statement will be repeated for third time. So when it is repeated for the third time, so you can see we'll get j equal to 2, 2 less than 3, and you're going to get the found value as 1. In this case, again we will find g is not equal to g, that is also false. Now also we can execute this statement again. After executing this statement again, we'll get 3 less than 3. When I get 3 less than 3, that is false. Once that is false, we'll come out of this for loop and we'll directly return the value which is 0. We're going to return, or we're going to find if found value is always 1. So since found value doesn't change, it will remain 1. We're going to return the value as I plus 1. So once this value is returned to main function, then we can see the element is found. Until found is 1, we can say the element or the pattern is found. Once the pattern changes or the return value changes to 0, then we'll say element is not found, or the pattern what we are searching is not found in the given text. Okay, so this is how we are going to find pattern in this program with the help of this function called as pattern matching function. Okay, so thank you. I'll stop here. In the next session, we'll discuss one more topic. Thank you.